Hello and welcome back to the fourth episode of the Founder Sandwich Show. It's a brand new episode with a completely fresh guest, also with a fresh new haircut. As you can see, the last episodes I had terrible hair. Today I hope it's a little bit better. And with me, also with perfect hair, we have Sebastian on the couch. He is the managing director and founder of Finlex. And Finlex is the first and so far only commercial industrial platform for B2B insurances. He'll tell us all about it. I'm very happy that you're on the show. You're one of three founders, right? So there's Tomasz, there's Christian, and there is you.
Yeah, correct. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you for taking the time. Also, I did some research and I was, Finlex, you have already 7 years almost full, so you're also an InsurTech company. You started around the same time as Clark did. They are a unicorn, so what happened?
Yeah, we are still working on that. We let them do the first mover and then we see how that goes. And then
I see. Okay. So you don't see management mistakes there? Or?
Not yet. We're doing D&O insurance, so pretty aware of those things.
All right, but it's still going pretty well for you guys. I mean, you have, I think, over 100 employees by now. You are the first mover in your market, as far as I understood. And you also founded with one of your old schoolmates, right?
Yeah, it's true. Tomasz, we know each other since 5th class, actually.
That's great. And you have founded here in Frankfurt, right around the corner, you said?
Yeah, right around the corner from the TechQuartier, which we are in close contact all the time.
It's good that you do the commercial part, because I forgot to say, we are Founder Sandwich Show, we are a joint venture from TechQuartier and STATION, so...
Thanks for reminding.
Thanks for filling in. So I'm very happy to hear a little bit more about your business model. So maybe in 2 or 3 sentences, you could pitch us what you do, why Finlex is so special, and why you choose to do it actually.
Pleasure. So it's actually when the 3 founders came from the industry. So we were doing broking and risk consultant for big corporations in Germany and the DACH region, and we found that it was still done manually. So you were broking by telephone and via email, and everything was still non-digital, I'd say. And it was intransparent to that. You knew kind of like when you were in the market who insurers do what, mainly, roughly. But this may change, and you're probably not informed in the right time, and it was all a manual process. And back then, in 2015, when we founded Finlex, there were a lot of first wave of like InsurTechs and the personal line insurances, like WeFox at the back at the time, Julian as well. So we thought that there's something coming. The name InsurTech just came up, and we were always quite tech-affine, and we had the idea of a digital marketplace to bring transparency in the market. And that's really our mission until today, to bring transparency to this market and enable the incumbents, brokers and insurers to help getting better and more efficient insurances for the corporations.
Definitely sounds like a real relief to the brokers and also to the companies. I mean, did you also sell insurances yourself?
Yeah, actually, the 3 founders were at a big industrial insurance broker before, so we know the industry, we know how to sell and advise to a client. So this helped actually in building this.
But this was a trap, right?
Yeah,
because there's always a creative challenge, on the show. Also, I did some more research because you have been also awarded the Rookie of the Year 2009 award from Bloomberg.
This was
yes, and it's a sales award. So I thought, okay, you know what? As a founder, eventually you just take care of the numbers, you do the coordination. It's important to get back in the game, to also sell something. So I thought, okay, let's give you like 5 words. You can pick 5 words. Also read them out to the camera.
Delicious, butter, cheesy, grill, and tasty.
I would like to you to use those 5 words at least once and sell me your favorite insurance.
Okay.
You take some time to prepare. I have also a message to the ecosystem in that time, because I will wear the funky penguin hat while you do it.
To disturb me even more.
Yes. I wanted to call the show Funky Hats at the beginning, they crushed my idea.
I've told you like 4 times we're not using
You said we will use it eventually at some shot.
We're not using the hat.
Also, I don't have a sign on my table yet, so I will wear the set out of protest now in this show.
You're coming back at them. Nice.
And now the stage is yours again.
So we're also selling or enabling to sell cyber insurance on our platform. And imagine you're like the new Subway tech company that's producing sandwiches. And your sandwiches are the delicious ones. They're really tasty. They're made on the grill with butter and cheese. Done, done, done. When you look at your company data or the data of your clients, you need to be protected there because there might be phishing attacks or something that go on. So you need to be insured whenever a cyber attack comes in, and for that you need a cyber insurance.
There we go. That was okay, cheeky. All right, thank you, Sebastian, for having some fun with us. Let's move on to the actual main part of the show, the sandwich making and the questions from the ecosystem. So see you in a bit. All right, so the director made me lose the hat, but I still have some good questions. And we're going to prepare your personal sandwich now, Sebastian. So what was your favorite ingredients?
Jalapenos, actually.
Personal attachment to jalapenos, or you just like to see me suffer because it's hot food?
It's mainly that, but no, I thought like do something out of the normal. I like it more exotic.
Nice. Okay, so we have one exotic. I added another exotic.
That's actually a good one.
Yeah, so nachos. I thought we do like a classic grilled cheese sandwich with jalapenos and some. If you want nachos on it.
Sounds like a plan.
I will do it. So please take some bread. Go ahead. I mean, you are not an early stage startup anymore, right? 7 years old. You have over 100 employees by now. Was there like a certain moment, a situation where you realized, okay, we are actually big now?
The first 3-4 years were tough to establish like the use of the whole model, the business model, and show that it works. Have the proof of concept, And we had to pivot here and there to find the right match. But I think we were on a good scale. We were growing every year. It's still a roller coaster, to be honest. Yeah. But I mean, now we have a good market volume. Yeah, basically we have been profitable right from the start. It's again unusual for a startup.
Right.
And basically we've done the first round with institutional investors last year in order to expand our product lines and now to also have the internationalization of. We went to Austria, the first new market for us in February, and for that we needed some support. So we got some institutional investors in. For us, it was really good starting here. The biggest thing is probably that we at the beginning thought we have to build everything by ourselves. And now we are more like, if there's something good, just take it and build it within the ecosystem and be faster in this way.
So what did you do for corporate culture? I mean...
Actually, a lot of things. We try to be very close with everyone, with the teams. We're still doable with 100 people, but and we try to do a lot of things with them after work or breakfast together. We just had this morning again a breakfast with the team.
Team breakfast, and then you have nice getaways, yacht, vacations.
not the yachts, but a good idea.
You ready?
You're ready. I'm ready.
Okay. Actually, did you edit some nachos?
Yes.
Yeah?
Not so many, but.
Okay. Man to the side. Oh, you didn't do butter on your side. Okay, we'll just see which one turns out better. What is something that you can share with someone who is leading for the first time, maybe like a small team, 5-10 people? Is there something that you said, hey, watch out for this, this is something I did wrong at the beginning, for example?
You try to build maybe too quickly someone up to team lead just because he was one of the firsts, and so it has to really be balanced out at some point, and we kind of learned this along the way, and at the end it's really building a good culture, and this is hard to give any learnings because this is different in every industry and every segments, but I think to lead with cautiousness and your heart, and I think this is the most relevant points.
Cautiousness and heart. That's good. So let's leave it like that. We have some more questions from the ecosystem. So I'll hand over back to the couch now to Sarah, to the ecosystem manager from TQ. And then we'll try afterwards our sandwiches. And
Nice.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. Thanks.
Me too.
Hi everyone, and hi Sebastian.
Hi, Sarah.
It's nice that you're here today. I mean, we met a couple of times at TechQuartier, and it's nice to have you back and on our couch for today's Founder Sandwich.
Thanks for having me.
So happy that you're our guest. As always, we've collected some questions from the ecosystem, so a lot of people would like to know more about you and also Finlex. So the first one, you've also already shared with us that you've had like massive growth within the last 2 years. You grew from 20 employees to over 100. And I guess that's kind of a challenge, right? To find the right talent.
Yeah.
So how did you find the right people to come and work with Finlex? Is there like a secret recipe that you can share with other startups also looking for talent?
It's really hard because it's really a war of talent in each. We have the insurance experts and we have the tech field, and in both worlds it's kind of hard. But we had good kind of managers in both areas who were having a good network that helped to finding people quickly. We also had very quickly staffed out our people and culture team. We got one talent acquisition manager, one talent development manager.
We've also at TechQuartier recently opened our investor lounge, which aims to like connect the investors within the region a little bit closer with each other, and also help or facilitate that startups can meet investors here. And I think you've shared with me that you're also active as a business angel, or you're starting to be active. And the question is, why? Did like someone ask you for your help, or was that like your plan? Once you're an experienced founder, you wanna become a business angel?
It was actually both. So a few people I knew that founded the startup now in the InsurTech field, they came up to me and said, look, you guys are a role model, how you did it, and can we have a chat? Can you tell me a bit of how you've done it, and a bit of like tips and tricks, and that like encouraged me to give something also back into the infrastructure. I think this is important to create something there for whole society that people are encouraged to take risks and do something on their own and not just follow the lead, and you have one life, so try it.
You started your business 6 years ago, right? If you could travel back in time, who would you choose as a mentor for you personally and also for founding like your startup Finlex?
Getting more closer into the ecosystem earlier in the time, that would have helped. At the beginning, we tried to do everything by ourselves. And then we joined more and more, and this really helped. So I think being in that ecosystem before when starting really helped, or would have helped. So you know already where to go, which doors are closed, which ones are more easy to open. And this all finding out by yourself was a bit tricky at the beginning and took a lot of time. We did, and we managed. Because I think it's also that you have to create ambition. If you have that ambition and passion, you will succeed, because it's sometimes quite hard and a roller coaster, and sometimes you think, oh God, we will never do this, and then there's good times, so you really have to go through that tales as well.
Yeah, okay, so thanks a lot, Sebastian, for answering those questions. And now we have your 30-second slot, your pitch, your message to the ecosystem.
Hi, I'm Sebastian. I'm one of the founders and managing directors of Finlex. We're an InsurTech. We are a B2B platform in industrial and commercial insurance, and we want you. So we're actually looking for the greatest talents in both fields, insurance and tech. So if you feel interested, come by.
So, all right, guys, let's have a little taste
Yummy.
of a sandwich. Sarah, I think this one is without jalapenos, so just take this one.
Nice.
I must say, I just love the basics, you know. A basic grilled cheese sandwich. The nachos is also a nice taste. I hope you had also some fun and you enjoyed the delicious sandwich. A tasty, delicious,
yeah, exactly. Butter, cheese,
cheesy sandwich. I'm sure people can get in touch with you if they're interested about InsurTech, if they're young founders, you know.
Yeah,
They
everyone
need
from the network, people interested in joining our teams or just out of sharing some thoughts about the industry, Finlex.io, or knock me out on LinkedIn, shoot me a message. Yeah.
It's really nice when Sarah asks the questions, you know, if you give back to the ecosystem. And I mean, it's also your job, it's also a little bit my job, you know, to develop this ecosystem. And it's so important. You see it in all the big ecosystems, you know, successful founders giving back knowledge and money and network, because then, you know, we really accelerate new business and new innovation in our region.
Innovation is a key point, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So thanks, Sebastian, again for coming on the show. Thanks for supporting the ecosystem with your presence and also besides the show. So I would like to say goodbye. Yeah. The way we started with the penguin hat. I hope you liked the show. If you want me to wear more hats, please write in the comments and let the directors and producers of the show know that this is a great idea to make the show more popular. And we are now going on a little summer break, but you'll hear back from us very soon and be excited for our next guest. Until then, take care, have fun, and see you in the ecosystem. Bye-bye.